Hello and welcome to the tour of the online Regent University Library homepage and online resources. This video will explore various tabs and resources available for students to utilize to optimize their research experience. First, when you go to the Regent University Library homepage, you'll end up here. This is marked by the tab in the top left corner that says Library Home. This is simply the library homepage. Here you'll see our hours, Primo, which is our primary research tool that students can use that searches all of our databases. Our databases are this tab here, which organizes them A through Z. This has various databases such as psychology databases, Emerald databases, and the Atlas Religion database. Next, when you go to this tab, you'll see research tools. This is various tools students can use to optimize their research experience. Databases, this is the same tab that we just were in. Find a scholarly journal. This is a good way of finding a specific journal that is around your topic. This is just a pretty broad search that you can type things in and try to locate that journal. Next, you have citation management. This takes you to a research guide that discusses how to pull citations of various resources. That guide comes from one of these guides here. So these are our online research guides. And if I put citation, click on this, you'll see that it redirects us to that same tab we just were in. You also can explore the various Libguides that we have available for students, such as academic research, law library if you are a law student, patron services, special collections, and a variety of other guides that will help you navigate what is available for you. Going back to research tools, you'll also see instructional videos. This will redirect you to our YouTube channel, which has a plethora of videos that walk you through various services that the library offers. Next, you'll see library services. These are services that the library offers to online students and on-campus students. You can click through these to see your borrowing privileges, which includes the address to return a book. If you are an online student and need to return a physical copy to the library, this is the address you'll send it to. If you need to get in contact with us, here's our contact information. And if you need to make a request for a book, fulfillment services, they'll be more than happy to walk you through the process and to show you how to make a request. There's also a video available here for your convenience. They also can help you if you need to scan a particular section of a physical book we have, you can also request that as well. Next, you'll see special collections. This is for students who are curious about our archives. You can also email our head of special collections here, Mr. Harold Hinkle. He'll be more than happy to answer your questions regarding special collections. And as you'll see on the left-hand side here, these are various collections that are within special collections that you can click through and read about. Next, if you need to pay a library fine, you can go here, and this is how you'll pay an overdue library fine or any other fine that is on your account. This tab redirects you to your Primo account so you can see what is checked out to you, what you have pinned, and various things that are going on with your account. So make sure you're signed in on the top right here, and then it'll show you your loans, your request, fines, and messages that are on your account. Additionally, library forms. These are various forms you can fill out. If you are not a current student with the university, our student forms are down here for requesting carols, study suites if you're a doctoral student, and looking at our various other library forms that are available for a particular service or a donation. Once you graduate, or if you are currently an alumni, you can click on this to see what is available to you through our library. Here's our library book club. This is currently what book the Librarians and other individuals are reading. So if you are curious about that, you can just click on that tab and explore that information. We have about book club information here. Our notary services, if you're curious, you can click on this tab. Curbside pickup, this is a service that is available where students can request a book and we can run it out to you. Here's the times that service is available. And finally, the reading list for some classes that professors have selected. So you can click through this and see different reading lists that are offered through the library and what class they correlate with. The next tab is about the library. This is pretty general information, such as our hours. However, one important tab is the events tab here. These are events that are offered through the library for students to attend and faculty and staff for certain types of events. So you can click on these and mark your calendar for when we are hosting events. That'll all be in that tab. Holiday hours, it's important to check this for different holidays, such as Thanksgiving or Christmas time. That'll be an important time to check this, and various other holidays throughout the year. Next, we have map and directions. This is just a map of our in-person library. This is mainly for visiting students. So if you're an online student, want to come visit, want to get a view of the layout of the library, you can click on this to explore. Then we have different tabs that'll also guide you as well. The next tab is the library blog. These are blogs posted by our library that are general information about certain topics. So if you're curious, you can explore these. And you can also subscribe to the newsletter as well. That'll be information that's coming out where we'll be posting a lot of information in that newsletter. So if you're interested in that, just sign up right there. Then, of course, if you need to contact us, you can click this, click that tab. It'll take you to the contact information where you'll see Ask a Librarian, our email, phone number, mailing address. These are all ways you can get in contact with us. Another important thing to mention about the Contact Us tab, you can also either go to Ask a Librarian here or here, and these will redirect you to this page where it shows our phone number, and you can email us or submit a question here. These are critical ways to get in contact with us if you would like research assistance or have general questions about the library. If you need to get in contact with someone right away, you can click the Welcome to 24/7 chat. That'll connect you with either a Regent University library during their work hours or a librarian from another university or library that will be more than happy to assist you with your general research questions. You can also make an appointment. Whether you're an online or on-campus student, you make the appointment here, and our librarians will be more than happy to assist you. And then an important thing is our upcoming events. That's also listed here. And if you're curious, a status of our databases here. This is just to show that they're all running normally and there should be no issues accessing them. And those databases can be searched here as well. Next up is the Student Resources tab. This tab just shows you information that the university offers outside of the library. So I'll leave that for you to explore yourself since that's information outside of the library. And then if you're a law student, you can click on the Law Library tab to be immediately redirected to their services as well. Now that we have explored the library homepage, I want to walk you through a Primo search to show you how to narrow your search and optimize your search to find various resources. So first, you can go to the library homepage, go to the Primo search bar here, type in your title. I want to look up homelessness. So I'm interested in resources on homelessness and then perhaps how Christians can answer this homelessness and what the church can do to help them. So once you hit search here, it'll give you a search with a ton of resources. One important note is that this search Primo will search majority of our databases here, but it'll show them all in one search. So we'll hit search. Now, it'll throw ebooks, articles, and all kinds of resources at us at first. So we can see that our first searches are mainly ebooks. So we have Reimagining Homelessness, Modern Homelessness, Ethics of Homelessness, Stories from the Street, and so on. As you scroll down, you see a majority of these are ebooks. So this is one good example where we have 144,000 sources here, but that's too many to look through. Again, I might not want ebooks. So one important thing I can do is I can look at the left side here and start going through filters. So I can select articles here. One thing that's important to note is the X here. This excludes things from our search. So let's say I don't want books. I'm just looking for articles. I'll hit the X icon. And then if I want articles, I'll hit the check mark. And I can go through and check mark all the resources I want. So I want articles of that's my material type I want. Availability, let's say I'm an online student. I would want online sources. And of course, I'd want them to be peer reviewed for my academic research. In print in the library, that might not be relevant if I'm an online student, or perhaps maybe I have a few days and I'd like them to scan the resource and send it to me. We'll get into that in a little bit. So I want to hit search, and then we don't need resources from 1001. So I want to current resources. We'll do resources from 2000. Okay. I like all that. So we'll hit apply filters. And as you can see, it took that number way down. So now I'm getting articles on homelessness. Now, let's say I like this article a lot right here because it's 2020 homelessness. So it's a pretty recent article that'll allow me to explore this topic. And we can see that it's a peer-reviewed resource. I'd like to save it. So one thing I'd like to do is pin it to my account. My account up here in the top right, it is crucial that you make sure that you are signed in when you're pinning information. Because if you are not signed in up here, it will not save your searches. It will not save your resources when you log out of this page here or exit. So I know that I'm signed in. So when I click on this pin, I'll be able to see all my resources that I've pinned to my account, and I'll see the one that I just did. And that'll stay on my account until I remove it. One cool thing you can do as well is you can actually add labels to these sources. So let's say I'm doing a research here. So I'm going to do homelessness. Okay. New label. And that'll allow you to search through this list as you get more in depth into your research. Now, another thing, if you didn't want to click all these filters and knew you wanted articles, you could click these filters up here as well. So let's say we reset all these filters and I just want articles and I don't want to mess with these. I'll just hit articles real quick. It's not as narrow as you can see, but it just throws articles at me. This is a good way to quickly navigate the research you're interacting with. So if I click books, I'll get my books, I'll get my articles. These are just very fast filters you can click through and search. Now, one cool thing with the article that we selected, let's say I'm looking for resources that are modern. So we can see that there's plenty of modern sources here, but sometimes that's not always the case in finding resources. Sometimes it's difficult to find correct keywords. So one thing I love teaching students is when you find an article that you really like in Primo and you see these red arrows, to click through them. So what these red arrows do is they show you a chain of research that is either interacting with this article or this article has interacted with. So for instance, this top arrow here, the one that's pointing up, it'll show you resources that have cited this article. So if we select that, we can see that this article selected that. Now, this might not be relevant for our specific search, but it is something to keep in mind when you're doing research. Another thing is, let's say I wanted to look at the sources that this article has used, and I see this red arrow. The down arrow will show me resources that are available that this resource has cited. So I'll click on this, and we'll see a plethora of sources that we can click through and interact with. And if we see the red arrows, we can keep clicking through them and keep finding additional sources along the same chain of research. Another important thing about Primo Search is knowing when to use an advanced search. So Homelessness is extremely general when I just type in that term. So what am I looking for exactly? Am I looking for homelessness in America? Am I looking for the church, for the church answering this homelessness? That's where an advanced search will come in handy. So up here, you'll see that this is all everything material we own, course reserves, articles. That's another way just to search here with the simple search. But if you go to the right, you'll see this advanced search tab. We'll click on that and that'll open up this page. This allows you to tweak your search in a way that'll allow you to find specific resources that are more in line and more narrow with your topic. So let's say I want to look up homelessness in America. Okay, I'll put America there. Now, let's say there are sources that use the terminology America or United States of America. One thing you can do is you can use these tabs here. You can add a new line, which I just did, hit the and icon. So, and this shows that it'll search for homelessness and America. But let's say I wanted to also search for the United States of America, that terminology. Okay, the United States of America. Add a new line. Maybe I want the US as well. Get that wording in there. So now our search, the advanced search, knows to search for homelessness with the keywords America or the United States of America or US. It'll search for this all individually in its own and try to find sources that correlate with these keywords that are presented in this advanced search. You can also tweak the date, when the articles came out, or the books. You can come up here. Let's say I want to find the title. I want to find a specific author's work, ISBN number. These are all things you can search for as well in an advanced search. So go ahead and hit search. Okay, we got some books. Now, the terminology seems to be misdirecting it, where it's just looking up the United States of America. So one thing we might need to do is take out that from our advanced search. You can interact with your search up here by just clicking it. Let's say we want to delete it and put homelessness in America, search. And that's one example of how to optimize your search as you go in an advanced search, because you can interact with it up here. Now, these are much more relevant sources. So what I'd like to do now is apply my filters, which are in the left-hand corner here. So I'd like online, peer-reviewed articles, and this time I want them from 2010. Okay, apply my filters. And here we go. These are all relevant sources that look like they correlate and go with my topic. Now, one other thing you can do is you can hit remember all filters. This will remember when you switch your search up here. If you don't remember your filters, it'll be in danger of resetting them. Another important part of this search is you can come down here to subject and you can start checking different subjects that you want to explore about your topic to further narrow it down. So let's say I want to check homelessness in older people, the psychology of it, and let's go ahead and look at it, human beings, of course. Apply. And that helps push some various articles to the top that may be interesting for me to explore. Another important thing about Primo is, let's say I wanted to look at this, ending child homelessness in America. You can hit these three icons here to see different tools that are available with this source. So you can either print it, citation for the resource here. It's important to note that students need to make sure that this is correct, because sometimes it's not always correct because the tool that generates these citations may include some additional information or something. So it is always important to note that it is the student's responsibility to make sure that their citations are correct. You can email it to yourself here. You can do the permalink. This is a link that you can save that goes directly to this article. And then we can go ahead and let's say we wanted to access this article. So we'll hit, you can either click on download PDF available online. These will redirect you to access it, or you can hit the title itself. Once I select the title, I can see the different databases where the article is. So let's say I just want to access it through EBSCO right here. I'll go ahead and click it. And we can see that redirects me to where I can access the article. Ways to save the article, I can hit download here, and that'll allow me to have access to it offline. One important thing is students must be aware of copyright, and they must be aware that this is for purely educational purposes, and they should not use this outside of the copyright laws. So follow the copyright laws, familiarize yourself with them, and that use these for your own education and for your school research. And then when you go to the database, now let's say I wanted to change my search to books. I can hit reset filters. Okay, I want books. Click on books. Okay, it gives me physical ones. Let's say I wanted this book right here. Homelessness in America, the history and tragedy of an intraceable social problem. So let's say I wanted this resource, but we can see here it says get from other libraries. So when I click on the title, it doesn't allow me to access it because we don't have access to this book. However, there are options down here that I can request the item either be sent to me in a physical copy or scan a specific section that'll be sent to me as a PDF. So if I wanted to make a request, this is where I hit get it. You can either do pickup location university library if you're local, or you can change it to your home address if you're an online student. And then you can put a note here too. You can say, I want either a digital copy or physical, and then they'll send that to you. Now, when you receive the book, it is the student's responsibility to get that book back to us. So either you're visiting up here and want to drop it off yourself, that's perfectly fine, or you can mail it to us, which on the previous pages, I showed you our address. You can ship it to that address and we'll receive it and take it off your account. So that's one way you can return your book to us as well. And then up here, we can see other various sources that are available to us. The A to Z database list, that'll just redirect us to the database. Research guides, these are helpful if you want a more general sense on how to research. Regent collections, this of course comes from our special collections. Newspaper articles, these are more popular sources. So this is going to be your popular source like the Wall Street Journal and things like that, things that aren't academic. Journal search, this is how you find a particular journal. So let's say I want to find the Journal of Business. You'll just type it up here. And then we can see different journals that are the Journal of Business. And you can see if we have them, you can look through them. That's if you want to explore a specific type of journal. And that is the overview of our library. If you ever need assistance from this page, you can also hit welcome to 24/7 chat and immediately log in and start asking for assistance. And we'll be more than happy to walk you through if you experience problems. You can hit this little icon down here to say report a broken link, report a search issue. If you're having issues that something technical is not working, or if you need further assistance, you can always go to the Regent Library homepage, go to Ask a Librarian, submit a question, make an appointment, and the librarians, they'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please get in contact with us and we'll be more than happy to assist you.